Samantha Simmons. The oil and gas giant Shell has posted record profits, the highest annual figures in the British firm's history. The company reported adjusted earnings of $39.9 billion. That's just over £32 billion for 2022. Energy firms have been making record profits after oil and gas prices jumped following the invasion of Ukraine. But it's also caused a rise in energy bills, which has helped push UK inflation to a 40-year high. Shell announced earlier in the week it would pay a windfall tax in the UK on its vast global profits. Well, let's put all of that into context now. Here's our business editor, Simon Jack.
This is not just the most money that Shell has ever made in its 115-year history. By my estimations, it's the biggest profit ever recorded by a UK-based company.
Wow.
$40 billion, £32 billion. And as you say, we've had rocketing oil and gas prices. They've started to come down a bit here, but this is 2022's numbers. And we already had higher oil and gas prices as the world emerged from its sort of COVID-induced coma and the demand came back. And then they were rocketing when you had Russia invade Ukraine and things like Russian oil and gas supplies were either shut off or shunned by international buyers, making the market, there was a lot of demand for what was left. So that's the context for this. I doubt they will beat that next year because, as I say, profits are coming down. But there is, as you say, we've got inflation at a 40-year high. People's energy bills have doubled, trebled in some cases. And so there is a kind of understandable outrage in some quarters that they think that Shell should be paying much more tax. Now, weirdly, 4 of the last 5 years, Shell has paid 0 tax in the UK for 2 reasons. One is that 95% of their money comes from outside the UK. It's made and taxed elsewhere, places like the Gulf of Mexico, Indonesia, Brazil, etc. So only a tiny bit comes from the UK.
So welcome to Challenge the Road. You've probably seen that video about Shell. I'm just not very happy. And I saw some Instagram posts actually about these record profits. And I thought, well, I'm going to look into this a lot more because I just feel like profiteering from war in different situations is just totally wrong. And I'm going to go through some bits there. So you've just seen that video about this announcement of record profits again. And I've got some bits here that I want to run through with you. So it looks like, obviously, record profits. Why? And the CEO, in some of the details I've looked at, is saying that it's because of, obviously, the war in Ukraine. But I just feel like, is that right? And how do CEOs write that that's a good thing? So they've been able to do more dividends to shareholders. I think it's disgusting, if I'm honest. I also looked at just Britain in general. I just feel we're just too weak. In Norway, when they were getting gas, they paid the Norway government 6.1 billion in taxes to have the gas. UK, 115 million. We're just letting, it just pisses me off. Right, then you got bits here where people's gas bills are doubling, trebling, fuel bills getting higher, and we're all thinking, okay, we just have to suck it up, things are getting higher, but their profits are getting higher. Then you find out, and this is where it just gets stupid for me, they haven't paid any UK tax for 5 years. 0. And a lot of the reason for that is that offsetting different costs, which you can do in a business. But do you feel it's right? Do you feel that a company this size announcing, 39 billion of profit should be having no tax here? I know we're sort of a car channel, but obviously that's happening a lot across these big corporate companies, and I just starting to get fed up with it. I'm thinking, well, why am I paying so much tax myself? Driving down the road, hitting pothole after pothole, I'm paying tax for the poxy, insurance tax. I'm paying tax to tax. I'm paying tax everywhere on this vehicle. Tax to fill it up. But then I'm getting ripped off by these guys. And I just feel it's wrong. And I feel like the government at some point, we've got to start stepping up and going, look, this isn't right. They need to be paying tax. I still believe anything that's in the UK, and this is the same whether it's Facebook, whether it's Costa, all these that are paying hardly any tax, There should just be a flat rate and that's it. Not all this offsetting crap and we're on this little island and we're going to hive all the money. I mean, a bit like Apple paying no tax. I just think it's wrong. And I know the world's built around money and that, but I just feel like I've just been ripped off for gas, for fuel, and it's just an open conversation. I'd love to see your comments on it. But yeah, when I just read that, 0 tax for 5 years, offsetting stuff, people's gas bills doubled, trebled. The CEO then saying, basically it's good. The war was good. It's made us, a huge amount of profit, the highest profit ever in 115 years. Have they got no sort of feeling like what the world's going through? Are they just like, oh, more money, biggest, dividend to shareholders. Great. Well, bankrupt everyone else for yourself, and also who's controlling these prices? Why did we pay more? Why did we pay more if they're announcing massive profits like this? We're thinking, there's a shortage of oil and all that. It's all rubbish. They're just ripping us off. It's just annoying. I'm annoyed tonight about this. So yeah, I just wanted to know your thoughts on it. I know it's a different type of video, but this has surely got to change. And the UK, we've got to change as well and just go, no, you can't just pay hardly any tax. You paid 115 million to have this gas and stuff here, and in Norway they got 6.1 billion from you because they probably fought for it. We just seem to give up at the moment on everything. Just give up, just like, I remember an article just saying about, I think it was like Costa Coffee or it was something like that, where they said, well, we don't want to pay any tax and, what are you going to do about it? Well, what I'd do about it is say, bugger off. And we just let all the local businesses have coffee shops. Don't make any difference to me. I'd rather have my coffee from there, but we don't. We just all go, oh, okay then. No, you're producing jobs. The jobs will be there anyway. They're not producing any more jobs. Don't tell me that, because the local person can make a business. We're entrepreneurial in the UK. We can do that. We can make a coffee shop and employ staff and have good coffee, probably better coffee. Some of the coffee I've had lately I thought is a load of crap. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know, maybe a bit of a rant tonight. But yeah, I just feel frustrated, and it's just like nothing's really getting picked up. I know it's on the news and different bits, but it's like, we can't seem to strike very well. We can't seem to really put our foot down in the UK a lot and really go, look, someone higher up needs to really go, look, I'm not happy. You need to pay some more tax on this to us. Because really, you've just put up the price, potentially for no reason. You've put up the price just to make more money. And it just, from Shell's point of view, I think it's just very, very poor as well. And I don't like things where we have to have fuel. So there's no going back on that. We need to put it in our car. So then to profiteer from us, I feel is wrong. So yeah, looking forward to your comments. Obviously, I want to get all the comments together and do another video and just see what you think. But yeah, I just think it's totally out of order. That's where I am. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe. And yeah, next video is probably going to be very interesting on all your comments.